drug war with the NDLEA, and now we're joined by Alhaji Hamzar Umar, who is the commander, MMIA NDLEA, that's Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's interesting. I mean, the spate of the seizures, time and again, mind-boggling to a lot of Nigerians, and they can only just ask, "Oh, thank God we've seen this," or what about the ones they don't see? Yeah. But lately, the ones that the NDLEA caught with in jewelry, then
Yes.
there was the one we saw in carpets,
Yeah.
and then it's getting more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of this. What's going on?
Well, you see, honestly, it's a sad situation, I must confess. A sad situation in the sense that when you look at the level of desperation and ingenuity in terms of the concealment is serious. About 5-6 months ago, we don't witness this. Of course, yes, we arrest this, but you see it either packed ordinarily in a bag or in the body, or some even will just drive it through their body. But what you see this day is factory concealment. Like what you said, these things came as, it's not a real jewelry, but it's imitation. It's imitation. And the young man came from Brazil. When he came, at least by our training, we have certain areas we pay 100% attention on. Of course, you see it, jewelries with this woman, Arab woman cover, this veil, but you find that all the buttons and all jewelries, all that was contained there is drugs, cocaine. And it took us more than 8 hours to even crack it button by button, side by side. That is one. The recent one, especially in the cargo areas, is more disturbing because like the one we are talking about of the jewelry, it's just about 2.7 kilograms. But these are people that will bring in heavy cages. Now, the last one, just on drugs, carpet, all this ordinary carpet we are sitting on. You cannot see it, you cannot imagine, yes, something can be there. And it was neatly done as they do it in the woolen carpet. Just the way the carpet is, that is how they made it, in 3 layers. There's a black cover that matches the color of the carpet, but it's a thread, woolen. Then inside it, there's white, and in the white, it's neatly knitted to the extent that even some of the dogs have to move more than 10-20 times before they perceive that, yes, something is there. So in summary, what I'm going to say is that it's honestly a sad development. Sad in the sense that if you look at the desperation, if we can use this ingenuity for something positive in the country, it will have been good.
What does that say? Does it mean that we're graduated from a transit country to users?
No. You see, this issue, let me make clarification on this issue of transit, no transit country. Of course, the country, Nigeria, internationally, and to us also, is still a transit nation in terms of these hard drugs. The hard drugs, I'm talking of class A drugs like this cocaine, heroin. But we also consume a local drug called cannabis that is common in even my village there in the desert casino. Marijuana. Yes, marijuana. It's everywhere. So, but on this real hard drug class A drugs, okay, this is Nigeria is still a transit. But I also want Nigeria to know that we have a very serious situation more than what we are talking about.
Is that part of your men demonstrating, or the ones you call in footballs?
Yes. That is the way we are starting, okay, and that is the carpet. Yes. So look at the levels. Look at what I'm telling you. Look at the black thread and look at eventually how it is there.
But how did you get this? Is it via tip-off?
No, it's a combination of things. Like on this particular one, you know, apart from the basic training we give to our officers and the training, we do a lot of international collaboration. We give intelligence and they also give us. But this particular ones you see there, like this last seizures, all were things that I developed initially by my own officers.
This takes a lot to package. If
it's
factory, it means...
Of course, it's factory fitted. It's factory. It's not an individual. But the question I expected you to ask me is, how do they remove it here? How do they remove it? It's factory
when they come
to the country, yes.
Wait.
Do we have to remove it if we're a transit country?
Yeah, I mean...
Think that you would take it away like that?
Yes. If it comes like this, like now, here, we discovered about 24 kg. You don't just go like that, 24 kg, go out. They remove it in pieces. That's how you see some people swallowing. That's how you see some people packing. That's how you see some people use it in the shoe. They break it in bit. They don't take it in bulk like this. We're just on transit to Europe and to US. But before you caught me, I was trying to tell you of more devastating ones, like this development of what we call meds, these amphetamines, that they just discovered in the lab. Of course, we don't consume it here. But the effects, if you look at the areas they discovered, maybe you find time, this factory, the production, meds production center, you find that even the trees around, all the vegetations, completely dried.
As an effect of this?
As an effect just of the gas and emissions, as an effect. And it caused a lot of serious problems, especially cancer, you see. And an innocent person, as a neighbor or so, you don't know. You get time, and somebody, it's something you can do in just a room, even in the boot of your car. Because of the chemicals involved, it's devastating. And the issue is, how did we come about that? We notice we have been arresting people going out with these meds, and we have never made one arrest coming into the country. So I was wondering, this implies that somehow, somewhere, either in the country or in our neighbor, this is going on. So I made my management. So we have this situation, and this is the little analysis we made. They said, okay, we will encourage you. We can get information if we can. And locally, we're able to discover 2. And I can tell you there are many more. Where I say so, we have discovered these 2, no more production, but we'll still arrest going out. We'll still make seizures going out.
I'm very interested. This carpet discovery. How
Yeah.
did you imagine that, that there could actually be drugs hidden in a carpet?
Yes, I will tell you. You see, before you become an NDLEA officer or deployed in a sensitive place like this, you must receive what is called basic training. And part of our training, like me, is mandatory for every aircraft coming to this country to give me what they call their manifest, probably a day before the arrival. And it's for me to peruse that manifest. And my officers, look, this based on that, we assess our risk too. These are risk countries. But you find out that at times, knowing that we do that, they divert. I'll give you an example. Nobody will expect, say, somebody will import drugs like cocaine from UK, because we take it to UK. But somebody can route it, because British Airways goes everywhere. KLM is a Dutch airline, it goes everywhere. So when they notice that, they begin to shake. So now you find out that instead of even our risk assessment, we have to do it all. But you must, when you are bringing goods like this, you must specify in the bill of lading that, yes, I'm bringing this consignment from so, maybe for the purpose of decoration in your room or office. But when we look at where it comes from, we normally give it 100% such. Where it comes from, that's why you hear maybe our officer saying source countries, no source countries, risk countries, no risk countries. So there are particular areas precisely where they produce these hard drugs. Whenever we see anything coming in from that particular country, we give it 100% such.